Hello traders, Grace Oba Obuna here, and in today's video we'll be discussing the market structure. Now the market has three phases: the uptrend, which is associated with higher highs and higher low; then the downtrends, which is associated with the lower highs and the lower low; then the consolidation, which has no distinct direction. Now in an uptrend, anytime price movement breaks a higher high, whenever a price movement breaks a higher high, we have what is called the break of structure. For an uptrend, we have what is called the BOS. Whenever a price movement breaks a higher high, there is a BOS. But when it now breaks down the higher low, we have what is called the CHO, that is the change of character, or you can call it the market structure shift. So let me drop this here. Get this point with me. The market has three phases: uptrend, downtrend, consolidation. Now for an uptrend, whenever the price movement breaks a higher high, we have a break of structure. But whenever the price breaks a higher low, there's a change of character. Now for a downtrend again, whenever the market price breaks a lower low, there's a break of structure, right? And whenever it breaks a lower high, we have what is called the change of character, or the market structure shift. Without wasting much time, let me illustrate this. Then we'll go to the chart and see them. So I'll move this way. Let me take this way. This way. Right? Now for an uptrend, which is associated with a higher high and higher low, using this trend line for example. Now for this line, this is the high of the trend, right? So let me just label it. I'll bring it this way, and this should be the low of the trend, right? Now using a horizontal line again, so whenever price trades this way, price has a pullback, then does what? Breaks above this high. All right, there's a new high, right? There's a new high right now. And where is the new high? This automatically becomes the new high. So I'm going to label that. I'm going to label this place the new higher high. This is a new higher high. And for this low, because this is a low, this is a low, but this low is higher than this low, right? So this becomes a higher low. So I'm going to label that point higher low. This becomes a higher low, right? So remember, we are trying to see the market structure, the uptrend. We're going to draw another trend line here. And since it's in an uptrend, there is a pullback again, and this time market broke again above this structure, right? You now observe that there's a new high here. There's a new high here. So automatically this stopped becoming the higher high. This now becomes the new higher high, right? And this becomes the new higher low. So this becomes the new higher low, right? A trend line. Market pulled back. engineered some momentum, try to then broke this structure again, right? Broke this structure to the upside. Now where is the new higher high? Automatically this becomes the new higher high, right? So this becomes the new higher high, and this becomes the new what? Higher low here, right? So this is an uptrend which is associated with what? Higher highs and higher low. Now remember I told you that when price action breaks what? A high, there's a break of structure, right? In a current trend, when our market structure breaks a high, this is a high and it broke through this side, there's a break of structure here. Let's include the break of structure here. There's a break of structure here. So there's a break of structure here. So where else can you locate a break of structure? There's another break of structure here, right? And there's still another break of structure where there's a break of structure here, right? So in the current trend, whenever price breaks above a new high, right, there's a break of structure. Now for the change of character or market structure shift, now we now say maybe price now changed direction, right? Price now changed direction and traded down this way. So automatically this becomes a new what? This becomes a low automatically, and this becomes a high, right? For the trend, this becomes a high automatically, and this becomes a low for this trend, right? For this downward trend. Now market now did what? Traded up and trade down, breaking this horizontal line, breaking this horizontal line. You've seen that this becomes a what? This is a high, right? This is a high, and this becomes a what? A lower high, a lower high, because this is a high, but this high is lower than this, right? Now you now see that we've now started using the downtrend terms, a lower high. This is a lower high here because this high is actually lower than this one here. So we're going to label it. This becomes a lower high, and this becomes a what? A lower low, because this is the low, but this low is actually lower than this. So this becomes a lower low right here. Okay. Now something happened when this uptrended above this high, there was a break of structure. Now as you can see that this downtrend actually broke through this higher low, broke through this higher low to give what? To give a change of character. So from this trend line here, there's a change of character here. I'll keep this way. There's a change of character here, right? So I'll just label that change of character. So there's a change of character here, right? Remember I told you whenever the price breaks a higher low, there's always a change of character or a market structure shift. The market have actually shifted from this uptrend, now it's downtrending, right? So, and from this downtrend, this pullback broke this low, and there's a break of structure here, because in a downtrend, whenever price breaks through a low, there's always a what? A break of structure. So there's a new break of structure here. There's a new break of structure here. Now let's say market continues again, created a pullback and breaks down through this structure. You can see that there's a new what? There's a new lower high, because this high is actually lower than this one. So there's a new lower high here. This is a lower high. And what is this? This becomes the new lower low. Alright? This becomes the new lower low. Now for a consolidating market, the market does not really have a what? A distinct direction. Let me illustrate it from here, then show you all these market structure phases in chart. Let me say, for example, using this trend line. So this is the situation whereby the market continue to range inside a particular zone, right? Let's say, for example, 5 minutes time frame candle, or a 15 minutes, or a 1 hour candle was just ranging inside a particular zone without showing any willingness to break off above this resistance or break below this support, right? Just keep ranging inside its zone. And this is what a ranging market. When you see this in charts, this is a ranging market, right? So this is an uptrend whereby we see a higher high and higher low, right? And whenever the market breaks a new high, we have a break of structure, right? And when the market breaks or higher low down, there's a change of character. And for the downtrend, where you see lower highs and lower low, lower highs and lower low. And let's take, for example, this market now broke this structure above. Let's take, for example, this is a downtrend. Let me try to take, for example, a downtrend. So a downtrend that has continued to downtrend this way. Now you agree with me that this is a high, this is a low, right? This is a lower high compared to this. This high is lower than this, so it's a lower high. And this is what? This is a lower low, because this low is lower than this. And this is a what again? This is the lower high, because this high is lower than this. And this is a lower low, because this low is lower than this. Now once this market, let me write it out. This is a lower high from here. This is a lower high, and this is a what? A lower low. Now once this trend breaks above this what? Lower high, for a downtrend, breaks above this lower high, there's a what? This is no longer a break of structure, but a what? A change of character. This is because the market has left the downward movement which it was following previously, and it has changed course to the upward side, breaking this lower high. Alright, so this becomes a change of character. So let's see this in chart. So from here you can see that this is an uptrend. Yes, it's actually an uptrend, because this and you can see where it's coming from this decline, right? From this uptrend you can identify your break of structures using this trend line. This is actually a break of structure here, rallied up from here, broke this structure. There's a break of structure here, there's another one here, right? And it's actually a valid break of structure. This is because it broke into the body of the candle, right? So I'm going to label this place a BOS. This is a BOS. This is a BOS. Then it broke the structure, retraces back, gained momentum, right? Did the things from here, then broke aggressively, went up to break this structure. So there's another break of structure here. Another break of structure here. And this time it broke into the wicks. There is a break of structure there. BOS retraces back, then smoothly broke this structure, because there's another break of structure here. Because this high is actually higher than this, right? So this is a high, this is higher high, this is higher high, another higher high here, right? It is a break of structure from here. And this is valid. It broke into this candle. There's a BOS here, right? Continue from this trend, you can see what the price was actually doing. You can see what price was actually doing, right? Now, this is a high actually. This is a high. Now I left this high and broke through this lower high here, right? So using a trend line, you can see that you can no longer call this a break of structure, but what? This is a change of character, because price has actually left its current direction. It was uptrending, right? But it just changed character from here. So you can either call it a market structure shift or a what? Or a change of character. There's a change of character here actually, if you can believe with me. Then it rallied down, retraces, did some of its things here. From here, there's also a BOS here, because there's a break of structure. There's a break of structure here. Price broke this structure to this downward path. So I can rightly say that there's a break of structure here. And it's a very valid one. There's a BOS here. Now it created this low, after which it rallied up to break it back, to break the structure, right? And it's also a valid break of structure. There's a BOS. It rallied down, declined down, ranged a bit, right? Let's follow the trend, and you can identify all those stuff I just drew in the rough sketch. From here, it's kind of ranged a bit. Now it's trying to make a new turn towards what? Towards the upside. And it actually did broke this structure. It broke this structure from here. From this downtrend, it broke the structure from here, right? And you still call this a break of structure? No, this becomes a change of character. This is because it's changing its course to a new direction. And you can also call it a market structure shift. Now let's continue. Then you can see that price kind of ranged in this zone, right? Because this is a 15-minute time frame. Ranged in this zone for a good number of minutes. And after this 15-minute time frame, after ranging, what did it do? It aggressively rallied up, created this high, retraces back to break the structure. This is a BOS. Right? Then it got to this high, and from here it kind of starts creating lows, of which is still in an uptrend, because you can see from here, you can measure this out. These highs continue to trend up, right? This high continue to trend up because this high is actually higher than this one, right? Continue to trend up from here. So that is how you identify these trends in charts, right? The uptrend, the downtrend, and the consolidating phase of the market. So no matter what strategy you are using, it is very important you understand the market structure. This will give you an edge in the rightful application of your strategy, right? So I believe with this, you have a clear understanding of the market structure. You can practice this in your chart. Try to identify the uptrends, the downtrends, the ranging phase of the market, and also marking out your words, your BOS, right, and the change of character. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. All right, I remain your friend, Grace Obaobuna. Thank you.